Got it. Should we go around the circle introducing, or is that what you said?
Yep.
Number one, our entire band has really bad ADHD, so.
I might actually change the name of the band to ADHD.
Oh, man.
Wanna start?
We'll start. Danny Thompson, drums, interpretive dancer, choreographer.
Choreographer.
You're the number one choreographer.
That's right.
Not the other.
I'm Paul O'Malley, the bass player, and all-around margarita man. Thank you, sir.
I'm Mick. How are you? What's your name, sir?
Is Brandon.
Hey, Brandon. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Hey, Chris, I play guitar. Paul, give me a margarita, please.
Just ran out.
And I'm Miles. I'm also playing guitar.
And
All right.
Maria.
And Maria. For a good time, not a long time.
Well, guys, thank you for joining me. This is the first time that I've actually just, had a band sitting with their instruments. So kudos for, making the top of the list on that. Also want to give a huge shout outs to Becky at Big Picture Media. Love her. She's awesome. Been working with her for many years, and hope to continue to do that, as the years go by. But wanted to know, since there wasn't too much in regards to how the band formulated, but how did you guys start out? What is kind of the origin story of Hot for Crime?
So I think everyone here, has been in bands, off and on, right, or all the time. So Paul and I've been down south in Houston. I was in a local band there called Out the Window, and came back to LA, ran into Paul. We were in a band together back in high school, and then we knew Chris from work, and so the three of us just started working on some tunes, and they didn't suck completely. So they looked good, but so we thought, we really, really, if we had someone who could really actually play the guitar, things would be better. I wish I could. So we looked at the best guitarist, and we had no drummer. So the best guitarist and the best drummer in North America, and we happened to find him. And so kind of came together like that about a year and a half ago. Still screwed around a little bit, but then, if you look at our song board, which is to my right, we've got a solid 30 songs, about 3 albums worth of material. We've recorded 25 songs, which we're cutting down for the first album that'll come out in June. And we're working with Drew Falk. I don't know if you know Drew. He's the greatest. And he's got 11 number ones. And
11.
And he puts their music, which we think is, pretty strong, right? And, we're going to, can we announce that tour yet or not? Becky, can we announce that tour?
Right.
Yeah, so Danny, you want to the pleasure of...
Yes. So we're a 2-week run starting in May
Whew.
through, I would say, the 19th with 7th Best in Alter Bridge.
Oh, wow. All right. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Should be big time rock and roll. I'm actually the interpretive dancer on that tour as well for that. Double duties there.
Don't forget.
But no, we're totally fired up. It's gonna be a big ass tour. So
Maria always wears stretch shirts.
What's the
Every day she
dance
dresses
for
up.
spicy margarita?
The ADHD is coming out really hard.
It's gonna get crazy.
Does this Harry Potter year ever stretch shirts? I don't know. Does it?
Women. It's a women's match.
anyhow, so
No,
that's
no.
that's the story. And we're sticking to it.
So we would like to tell you, Brandon, we have out of these almost 40 songs, there are 3 that people will literally. We think they're. I can't say what I said that last.
Chart worthy.
But they're real chart worthy. So there's a song, probably the most beautiful song, and not just the band thinks this. There's one other person who believes that. It's called "Good Bad Girl,"
Oh, okay.
which we think is special. There's another song called "You Need It," which, you know, we think
That's
is a
actually
big
how you
deal.
write it out.
You know what I
You
mean?
have to extend it out, right? Yeah.
If you write it out, it's gonna be some type of particular
Yeah.
geography that I don't even know about yet.
And there's another one called The King, which we think is like a great anthem song. We have
Ooh.
our very first release already. I think we've just been, is this month,
3 weeks ago?
March 3rd.
3 weeks ago, yes.
I think March 3rd, it's got 700,000 streams on Spotify.
Ooh. Congrats.
Right? So we're happy with that. We released a little St. Patrick's Day song called Irish Style.
Yes.
People love, but it's slowly building up and people are saving it, shit, so that's good. But we've got a bunch, we got 2 more good songs coming, then 2 more good songs coming in the whole album. Then we do the Alter Bridge 7 Death Tour. Then hopefully we announce something big, a big deal for the summer. There's a couple of big summer tours that we got our fingers crossed on. So we'll.
I'll fingers crossed as well. I hope you guys wind up swinging it, because I checked out both You Ain't Mine and Irish Style before we hopped on here. As I was frantically running up the steps to my room and got everything set up, I was like, I should, do my diligence as an interviewer and obviously listen to the music. And it definitely reminded me a lot of my parents growing up. Really just love classic rock music, and I feel like you guys you have something about it that is very timeless in the way that you guys write your music. I was more a fan of Irish Style, gave me that kind of ZZ Top, old school kind of like classic rock feel. And You Ain't Mine was also great as well. Almost gave me like a U2, like Rolling Stones kind of esque feel to it. So to me, I was like, this is right up my alley, and I feel like it's, I'm more into the metal and heavier style of music, so it's nice to kind of get a different change of pace, a different feel. But I felt right at home. It was like stuff that I like could have definitely thrown on with like some of the older artists that my parents listened to, and I was like really in the zone. So you guys absolutely crushed those 2 songs. So I'm excited to see what you have next.
When you say that as far as your parents, are you referring to us as being like dad rock?
I wouldn't say as much. I just feel like you have this sort of nostalgic feel to it, Age is just a number, right?
We think that's because it's
That's
good.
definitely very influential.
I don't want to ever call anyone old, That's not my place, you guys are doing rock, so I feel like that just keeps you young at heart, So it's great. I absolutely really vibed out with it. I did have a question about the music videos. I wanted to know if storyline wise, are they connected in some way? Because I know you used the same main character for each music video, so I didn't know if there's any sort of correlation with those 2.
There's we're gonna do a total of 10 music videos, right? And then when you rearrange them, they'll form a little movie. So.
Oh, okay.
So
I wasn't wrong. So I had it already. That's good.
It just pays off.
There we go. Well, I'm gonna have to watch all of them and then figure out the larger story that you guys have rocking with this. But the next question I have for you guys, for people who maybe aren't familiar with Hot for Crime, what song would you recommend to a new listener to check out first?
Okay, I'd wait. Wait, no. All right, so you like it harder, right? You like it a little heavier, right?
Yeah. I'm all about the hard rock.
Putting on this airs, I would go back to You Need It, right?
Okay.
That's a good question. When's it gonna air? That makes
When's
sense.
this gonna air?
Yeah.
This is gonna air. I could actually look it up while you guys answer the rest of the question, but I'm pretty sure it'll be out like middle of April, something.
Oh, that could work. That could work. That would work. So check out You Need It.
You need it. All right. I do need it.
Call in bleeding. I hear you need it.
Teaser for you.
There you go. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else have an answer for this one?
The next one.
So that would be, that, I think that's harder. We got a couple other harder songs, like one called Hanson, right? Which I think is kind of it's a little harder rock. We got a song called Motorcycle that we think people love. Then we got a beautiful song called No Te Quiero, which is
Okay.
little Spanish vibe to it, right?
All right. All right.
You know, kind of a little faster, a little more punk. Then we got a song called So Good, So Fucking Good. We like that one too. So we started with with some gentler stuff, and now we're going to be taking the audience through this ride, this like emotional roller coaster.
Okay.
that
Okay.
We're going to leave them really like, hopefully, is partially disturbed.
Hopefully in a good way.
I don't know. I don't know if that's something you want to be putting out there. You'll never come out the same way again after you've listened to Hot for Crime. Never be the same person again.
That's usually how the writing process goes.
That would make sense. That I feel like you guys are checking all those boxes, So I love it. Yeah. The ADHD is strong, showing super strong today. It's
What's wrong with you?
it's out. I think that's what your song title should be for like the next song, ADHD. I feel like that would perfectly surmise the band.
That's good.
We probably
That could be the album.
we start to work on them, but then we end up working on something else.
That's the point. Yeah, it'll be like it'll be an amalgamation. It'll be a song you're like, oh man, this was track 49, and then by the time you've like worked on the next track, you're like, oh wait, we have this new track we didn't work on yet, and you're like, oh wait, that was that idea we didn't come back to like a year ago. So now we should revitalize it. So
Right.
I'm just saying it would be kind of cool.
It would be. I love it. I love it.
Just come back to this interview in like a year, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, Brandon said about that one song we worked on out of like the 50 songs we're releasing. I think we should do this.
Nailed it. Number 48. You got the number one. Hey, Beckett, you have Brandon's mobile number? We'll send you. You need it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Send it over.
All right.
Well, I'll let you know. I'll let you know in an email or wherever you send it to. If I have to send a letter out and write you a handwritten note, I'll do it.
I'm sorry. In the gross.
Just yeah. But the next question I have for you guys is, who are you influenced by? Who kind of got you started out on your respective instruments, and who influences your style more currently now?
Yeah, sure. I think this band, aside from me, is like very punk rock influenced. I was not huge into punk rock growing up. I was more of a classic rock kid. So I felt like my cross point was like GNR and some of that kind of like old classic rock that went, they thrashed every once in a while. And then it was a nice meeting ground for what we've created so far. But I think, if we send you these songs that we're doing, about the release, you'll hear a clear difference of what you just listened to.
Yeah, so I was straight up punk rock, right? With a little influence on the later side with GNR, which like me and Miles get along. We mesh real well together when we play. I grew up at the beach, surfing and skating, and just
yeah.
It's really a hard driver of influence for me.
I like well-written music, so I love Prince, of course, right? Probably number one. Rolling Stones, right? Real tight, Led Zeppelin, right? So we do like, as you're finding out, some older quality music, though, right?
Oh yeah.
But then again, I listen to pretty much everything. I mean, look, I even listened to that Harry Styles last album because it did so well.
Oh yeah.
We're pretty good, right? So, but you got to listen. The only way you get better, right, and get deeper as a musician is to do it, right?
yeah.
What they say, like acting, right? Acting's like fucking, right? You don't talk about it, you do it, right? I mean, that's how you get better at it, right?
That's
So you
yeah,
got-
yeah.
That's what we're doing with music. We're doing a lot of right? So we're interpretive dance, Danny. Interpretive dance. Danny, look at element of dance. This room, everybody's yeah. Nirvana, big early on.
Ooh.
EP, Madonna. I wouldn't say that. Really enjoy the Foo Fighters now. I'm actually a big Seven Dust fan, so I'm super
Ooh.
pumped.
Nice, yeah.
I've gone to see them quite a few times, so really excited.
Yeah, I think it's an amalgamation of music, but more importantly, heavily influenced by television and Pop-Tarts. I think it's that's something that I grew up on, and so
What's
the music
the
is
whole
so
like
many
putting the Pop-Tarts
musical
in the
influences.
parts of the tinfoil into the microwave? You're like, yes,
See?
that's where rhythm comes from.
But there's so much, like from jazz to country, including senior to some modern music nowadays. It's really amalgamation.
So, I mean, literally, I thought you were talking about the band television. I was like,
No. That's I'm kidding. I can't.
Listen, as long as he doesn't microwave those Pop-Tarts, I think that's where
Yeah, exactly.
Brandon, what's your top two? What's your two favorites?
right now, I'd probably say I'm really into this band called Loathe. They're from the UK. If you like the Deftones, then I feel like you're gonna definitely enjoy their music a lot. And then I would say, other than that, trying to think, what else am I listening to? Excited.
we gave you a softball. Don't pull a test.
Oh my gosh, did I say
Hot for a Crime is definitely the other band I'm listening to right now. They're incredible. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're pretty underground right now, but I think they're gonna blow up. I think they have a lot of number one hits, so
The first one to listen.
That's right. First one.
I may be the
In reality, what was your number two?
number two. I'd probably say I've been listening to a lot of like Phoebe Bridgers, so a lot of like folky, like acoustic-y sort of stuff. And there's City and Color is another artist that I absolutely love, and he's dropping an album this Friday, so excited to listen to that when that comes out. But I kind of jump all over the map, and that's why I felt like with your music, I was like, oh my god, like just a quintessential, just straightforward rock and roll band. I mean, can't go wrong with that. I was immediately thrown into both tracks, and I felt like, wow, this was something that I was excited that obviously Becky had sent me, because she always sends me great artists, but I was really excited to kind of get into it, because as soon as she mentioned that you guys were influenced by like 60s and 70s rock music, I was like, okay, this is something that I'm like arguably pretty familiar with, and it just felt like you guys were right at home in my like musical listening habits. I'm excited to get more into the punk stuff, because I feel like there's something there. There was some moments where I was like, I wish they were just like, I wish they hit the gain knob just like a smidge bit more. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the more like aggressive style of music. But I think for the two songs that are out currently as we're recording this, they were both great. So if you are into that more classic rock style, and as well as that, if you want to check them out, you already know there will be links in the description. Go give them a follow. I gave them a subscribe on YouTube, so go do that so you don't miss out. Follow them on Spotify. That's the big thing. So go give those guys some support. But next question for you guys: what are you currently listening to? What have you guys been jamming recently?
Recently, I love that Rosalita song. What's that called? No shit. That fast spin. Hey Maria, what's that Rosalita song called that I love that we're mixing in? That new Rosalita song. Oh yeah. It's not
Saoko?
Saoko. Have you heard that?
Oh no, I have not. I'll have to check it out.
I know you're also like a rock and roll guy. I've been actually just catching up with Alter Bridge because touring with them, and listening to everything that they've been playing, right? I listened to the new Foo Fighters, right?
Ooh, okay, yeah.
With that double album out, right? And I think it's kind of like, like kind of parallel to U2's last stuff, right? It's become so good that it's not mainstream anymore. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
still
exactly.
effortless, right? It really is that it's just not. I mean, it's still charting big time, right? It's the number one or in the top 10 on Spotify. But I mean, for new stuff, that's what I've been listening to. What about you?
Me, like I'm the punk rock guy, right? I've been listening to Animal and the Sniffers quite a bit. They just came into the
Ooh, okay, yeah.
great live show, man. If you wanna see a band blow the roof off the place, go check out Animal and the Sniffers. Good times.
Anyone else?
Miles?
When I'm not in rehearsal here, I'm still working elsewhere, so I'm pretty much listening to whatever I'm doing a session for. And I am excited about going out with Alter Bridge. I'm a big Miles Kennedy fan. And the stuff he did with Slash and what his own solo stuff's amazing. I think it's actually my favorite of all the stuff I've heard from him. But I'm more than anything, I'm excited to go on the road and tell him this story of how I came to have this guitar in my hand because of him. It's Paul Reed Smith, and
Yeah.
Paul Reed called me to do a show for him, thinking that I was Miles Kennedy, and I was just happened to be the other Miles in his phone book. And they called me back like an hour later, and it's like, man, can you get your gig back? I called the wrong Miles. And I felt hard sunk.
Oh, man.
That's hard and broke.
But he ended up sending me Miles' signature guitar anyways, which I'm holding, and I plan to take on tour. Hopefully he'll sign it for me.
And heart broke back together.
What a full circle moment. That's great.
That's cool. Danny, got anything? As far as modern music, I'm kind of old school, so I listen to, what do I have on my record player? Go back to old school vinyl. I don't know.
Bowie, he likes
Bee Gees,
Bowie.
believe it or not. I love David Bowie. I mean, there's so many bands that I love. Because Stone, I just go on. Van Halen, it's like the list goes on and on. But modern music, I'm not that hip to it. Kind
It's
of
all right.
embarrassed to say. I should probably listen more.
No,
But-
it's all good. He doesn't have. Listen, I kind of jump all over the map. I feel like people have their influences, right? And some people just like to stick to what they know,
Exactly.
and I get it,
Totally open to new music though. It's something, if I hear something catches my ear, then all about it. But the Beatles, I don't know if you missed that.
He's a Swiftie. He's holding out.
A new band that when I found Drew and I was excited to be working with him, he's producing this album. We both kind of pulled each other aside at one point and we're like, hey man, are you listening to this band White Reaper?
Yeah.
And
Oh, they're fantastic. They're great too.
that was a good way to mend together some of the lighter stuff that we're doing to the heavier stuff. And they're a good example of a very bare bones track all the way to a Queen, multiple guitars and vocals and these multiple layers. And so it's very eclectic from song to song. I kind of think we have a similar thing going on.
I would agree. I think you guys kind of got from just again the two songs that are out. I feel like there's a lot of variation between the two. So I'm curious again how far out you guys go in regards to that spectrum. So I'm sure when that time comes, I'll be checking it out. But also really stoked that you guys are going out with Alter Bridge. I luckily enough got to see Miles Kennedy with Slash. And it was with Aerosmith as well. Shout outs to my aunt. We went out to Atlantic City in New Jersey. And we saw those, just those two bands absolutely just melt my face. And I was so stoked. So if it comes to the East Coast and you guys are on it, let me know. I'll have to come out to see you guys just rip it up.
Oh yeah.
We will be on these.
We're gonna be
Our is on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Southeast.
All right. Well, I'll keep my eyes peeled. And you know what, guys? Listen, that's the perfect opportunity. If you aren't following them on Instagram, you should go do that. So then, if they do hit your town, you can't be like, "I didn't see you there," because that's where the tour dates are at. So there you go. Go give them a follow. But the next question I have for you guys is a fun one. you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
Wow, good question.
Funny you say.
Funny you say that.
Been debating that for a month and a half.
Yes.
Well, it's time to get all of the answers out now, you know.
I narrowed it down to a Judas Priest cover or a Van Halen. And for a minute, Sabotage by the Beastie Boys. So,
Woo.
Tight
AAP.
by Cheap Trick too. She's Tight. Have you heard that song?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You have any favorites on that list? Just out of curiosity.
So it's
Oh, man.
Everybody Lonesome by Van Halen, right?
I feel like out of all of them, I'd be curious to see your take on a Van Halen song. I think I'd have to go with that.
Go ahead.
I feel you guys could crush it. I have the most faith that you guys would do a great cover of that. So if any song in particular, I feel like I would like to hear your take on classic, song that everybody knows, like Jump or like Hot for Teacher or something like that. I think you guys could do it, So but who knows? But guys, if you guys like Hot for Crime and you would like to hear one of your suggestions be a cover song, drop them in the comments. I don't know if they'll do a cover or check them out, but if you leave it there, maybe they might check it out. So who knows?
Yeah.
You'll see. Just comment down there. The next question I have for you guys, another fun one as well. What is your favorite food to eat? What's your go-to?
Tacos. You can just say tacos.
Yeah.
That's done deal.
That's every day.
Every day.
Tacos every day. Any specific type of taco or just tacos in general?
Red tacos.
We're down with the burritos. Burritos now, yeah. The burrito tacos, little red tacos.
Ooh,
stuff.
okay. The
Usually
birria
follow
tacos? Yeah, I got you.
Spicy margarita.
Spicy margaritas.
That's fine. Yeah, you guys got it all together. You got the birria tacos, the spicy margaritas. It's great.
Hello.
Sounds like a good time.
Lots of
All right, guys. The next question is, if you guys were to have a dream collaboration on an up-and-coming Hot for Crime song, who would you absolutely love to have on?
That's a good
Alive or Dead.
I would love to see us do something with the bands we're going out with. If we pulled in a couple players from each of them, or
Dave Grohl would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
What else? And then going old school again, Paul McCartney would be
Ooh,
unbelievable.
yeah.
That's a good one.
realistically though,
Realistic about it. Well,
He didn't ask that. He didn't put that stipulation inside of it.
Yeah. You could listen. We're shooting for the stars here.
the dude that plays guitar
That's right.
on roller skates. That is, yeah. it is- If we're being realistic. Last time we're dead.
Talk about the dude, yeah, he's skating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We have a make-believe story about that guy, but we're not gonna talk about it now.
That would
I
be
think-
interesting.
Of the Monkeys.
Ooh, that's a good
What's the other guy's name? Davy Jones?
David Jones, I think
He's dead.
He's the only one that's alive, right?
Nick's the only one
Everyone
else?
else is-
Just making shit up. This is pretty
But I
good.
like it.
ADHD.
Yeah.
There we go. Hashtag.
Oh, it's all good. I know how to wrangle them in, so we're I'm playing shepherd today. But I love those. If I had to choose out of all of them, I obviously have a major soft spot for Dave Grohl. Love Foo Fighters. They're like,
A reasonable idea. The best
So,
idea.
yeah. I feel like that would work out well. And I know Dave watches the show, so Dave, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of the fam. Listen, if you could just do me a solid and do a collaboration with Hot for Crime, that'd be kind of nice of you. So, just saying. It would be a win-win, So, if you want to make that happen, guys, go tag Dave Grohl, tag Hot for Crime on Instagram, say collaboration, and then I don't know, I believe if it's on the internet, there's got to be some truth to it. So,
Gotta put it
shit.
out there.
It's got to be put out there, so who knows? I mean, they're going out with Alter Bridge. So, I mean, like, they definitely have some good things going in their direction. Why not just add that Dave Grohl, signature approval onto that list, Be great.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I'd like to throw for the next time.
But the next question I have for you guys, if there was another musical instrument you could master, what would it be?
Banjo.
And just do it.
I'd go with tuba. Tuba.
Completely master. I'd say the guitar for me than the piano.
On a serious note, to interrupt, but piano for sure.
Yeah.
It's like,
I go serious note, piano, joking note, the didgeridoo.
yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Fictional instruments.
We're going to get a didgeridoo solo on the next Hot for Crime song. That's all I'm saying. That would be too much, I think. That just might take it over the line. You guys are hitting that peak. I think that might just be one of them. If you can find a way to just incorporate it into your music, that would be I would be impressed. I think I would just be off the sheer notoriety having a didgeridoo in a rock and roll song. I think you guys would crush it, Don't try it, but like I feel like that's a thought that counts, so
I'm gonna cry. But it feels like you just said, Brandon. Come on, man.
I sign off on, I co-sign off on ideas, but, sometimes they're just, they fly a little too close to the sun. So I think that might be in one of those cases. But hey, listen, if you do it.
You can't see it right now. The files is on his phone. He's actually on eBay looking up didgeridoo.
Let us know how much they are. I have no idea. Maybe Brandon will post something in up there. But the next question I have for you guys is, if you were to compile a dream tour lineup, including Hot for Crime, who would be on it?
So, of course, of modern day, any of stuff here.
Yeah.
Modern.
Foo Fighters, going back to that,
Have you seen the Aftershock lineup?
there you go.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
I was like, we need to be on.
Yeah. Some of the bands.
Yeah.
What are some of the bands?
I mean,
It's right up our alley. It's just like,
yes, it's there. I mean, both those bands used.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. So
So that's it. Yeah.
nothing else. That's it. No one.
Everybody at Aftershock will open up for us. It's a green light.
We have a real agent now at UTA. Maybe he can get us on there.
Listen, I mean, that'd be sick.
I guess we're dreaming. Go big, baby. Go big.
You got to. I feel like I feel like if you think big, then it's gonna happen. So, guys, they're gonna be on Aftershock 2023. You heard it here first. Just saying.
Months, but yes.
I can't go any further without mentioning AC/DC.
Yes.
So I mean that's I'd have to include them there with the Rolling Stones as personally a big influence.
I would agree. I think I didn't really put those two together, but now that I hear you say it, I'm like, okay, it starts to make a little sense, and I think it mostly has to do with kind of that almost kind of scream, like almost yelling sort of style to your voice in some occasions, where I'm like, yeah, this feels like very old school, like almost even Guns N' Roses-esque as well. So definitely on the list here. So guys, listen, Aftershock 2023. I'm so glad you guys are a part of it right now. I know they just announced it, but I'm glad you guys got added on last minute. That's so sick.
Make it happen.
Make it happen for us, Brandon. Come on.
Listen, man. I'm trying to do what I can for you. So Aftershock, I know. Come on, let's go. Let's do it. Partnership. That'd be awesome. Then I can have some claim to fame. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But the next question I have for you guys is a favorite TV show, favorite movie.
Favorite TV show ever?
TV show and movie, yeah, of all time. What do you got?
The best one on TV right now,
Oh my gosh.
I would say, is Always Sunny in Philadelphia, number one. Right? Number two, it's Wide Range. Watch The Young Pope on HBO.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
What's the other guy's name?
John
John
Malkovich.
Malkovich.
John Malkovich, yeah.
Really good. And
Movie?
movie for me that I mean I can't turn off The Gladiator if it ever comes on TV. Just can't. I just can't turn that. I can't turn it off. I just have to keep watching it, right? And then
When
You
the
can buy,
Oscars,
you can
right?
buy those like on a DVD.
I know, but I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it that way.
It's just on TV. He has to sit through all of the ads and then.
From now on, I'm just gonna put TVs around the studio and just play it. And be like, I can't do anything.
It's in his bag, right? Like,
Kenny Loggins.
Yeah.
think, you guys seen the new Daisy Jones?
Oh,
Yeah.
Little corny, but she fucking rocked it so hard, and I thought like she was actually that kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She looked so much like her mom and sang really genuinely, and it's cool. Everybody like sang and played really well, and it just reminded me so much of Fleetwood Mac, which
Ooh,
is one of
okay.
my favorite concerts I've ever seen when the original band got back together. So I love that show. I watched the whole thing with them.
Really?
Week.
What about movie?
The book was great.
No, movie.
I like that Babylon movie.
Oh, yeah.
That new Babylon movie is pretty good. Even though it got bad reviews, it's pretty good.
What about you, Chris? TV show, movie?
TV show. I like funny stuff, man. Like I've been watching What We Do in the Shadows TV show.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
That's good.
Guillermo.
Yeah, Guillermo. Gizmo.
Yeah.
The movie I can't turn off kind of like Tombstone, the old western.
Oh,
Love that.
Ooh, all right. Yeah.
I'm watching Tombstone all day. What do you got, Paul?
TV show, Arrested Development.
Ooh, yes.
Laugh
George Michael.
continuously at all times. That's his
There's money in the
nickname.
banana stand.
And then movie-wise, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Love that. Like,
Ooh, all right.
how
I
about you,
had to
Danny?
pick one of each. I want to go humorous, but Grease is great. Breaking Bad.
Ooh, yeah.
Good film. So, okay,
Damn.
How was that new, this new one where he's like a judge, the Breaking Bad guy?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, Better Call Saul.
No, it's called The Judge.
The judge.
Oh, okay.
Don't watch. It's just freaking horrible. It's horrible. I didn't.
But there's so many great.
Beckett, cancel that song for the TV show.
Wildly.
Yeah.
Man, we're like everybody has holy shit.
How about you? What are your shows?
Oh man, if I have time to watch TV, I'm usually watching. I'd probably say Community is one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Just a goofy show. Movie, also comedy. I love this movie called Hot Rod. It's got Andy Samberg as like the lead in it. It's just like this dumb, like very like dry humor movie. Great. I think it's like one of the dumbest movies ever, but
Is it like what was the Lonely Island? Is it?
yes, it's like mostly that cast, yeah.
No, it's Reno 9.
Reno 9. But it's the Lonely Island or whatever. Is that?
Yeah, it's like basically most of them. I think maybe there's one of the guys isn't it.
That show was funny.
Super bad, yes. Oh yeah.
Dumb and Dumber. I mean, there's so many.
Oh, there's a lot of great comedy like movies. Dumb and Dumber is a good one. Like Ace Ventura, love that shit. It's great. All right, guys.
Go Go for it.
All right, guys. So the next question is, if you guys were trapped on a desert island for the next month, and there was one album you could bring with you to listen to, what album would it be?
Oh my God. Dude.
I'm probably gonna like. I mean, it's like kind of sentimental. And this is another one of my influences, but it's like I consider it like the perfect album for me. Alice in Chains Unplugged. Love that.
Ooh, great.
That nonstop.
Abbey Road, the Beatles.
Ooh, oh, classic, yeah.
Listen to.
Hysteria by Def Leppard.
Nice.
Probably. Just like almost every song is perfect.
Yeah.
Back to Black. AC/DC.
Well,
What comes to mind in the moment?
me hot for try.
Here you go.
Yes, Out for Crime album. Miles, what's your favorite album?
I have favorite albums, but I wouldn't
If
pick
it was
something
one
that I've
album.
heard so many
the
times
question.
to take with me.
So you're just picking one at random?
Because I'm getting off the island. I'm not staying on that island. I'll swim off.
So now he's gonna make it.
I mean, how far are we from civilization? I think we're the next island. I mean, there's lots of questions.
Man, you never said even get off the island.
You didn't
You
say
can get
airdrop.
airdropped.
You didn't say you're alone. People there with us.
I am just, this is just a question. There is not any meaning or there's not, but I appreciate the level of dedication that you guys have for the question, you know? I guess to answer it, no one else will be on this island. You will have enough resources to be able to survive for a month and also be able to play that album.
That's not even one album. Well, you actually have no electricity. What are you gonna do?
It's all right.
You're just fucked, Paul.
What a Gilligan. Let's skip.
Doesn't matter. Those are MP3s. You actually can't do it.
So Miles said Jack Buckley.
This is great. I love it. Last question I have for you guys, which is my personal favorite. I always end off all my interviews with this one. You know, I appreciate you guys for joining me. I've been having a great time with you guys, and I hope that everybody goes and checks out Hot for Crime. Links in the description. But wanted to know, why do you guys create music? Why is this something important to you? I love interviewing bands. This is a passion of mine for well over 7 years now at this point. And wanted to know why you guys continue to create music and why it's an integral part of your life.
I have an answer.
All right.
You have to create music, right? Or you'll rot inside. The music has to come out or it'll kill you. You keep it on the inside.
Fair enough. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You don't do it, you're gonna end up dead. Right? I mean, it's you like to think it's a matter of life or death. You know what I mean? You have to do it, it's gotta come out. Right?
Sure.
And you know, plus it's literally what Miles, I'm not gonna say, you talk about your own tattoo this time, that magic thing by Prince.
Okay. What is it? What did Prince say? The Prince,
I don't know if you actually need a microphone, but you're welcome to use it.
Talking to the microphone. My quote says, "Music is the last real magic." And it was a quote from a conversation between two people, one that I idolize and another one that I know personally. And it was just like a respect between music, and he was basically asking permission for the rights to do Purple Rain. And I just thought that was cool because he's Prince. He doesn't have to ask permission for anything. But because he respected the song, and when I actually went to go see him live right before he passed away, he quoted that song at the start of Purple Rain.
Wow.
And a month later, when he passed away, my tattoo artist was giving away free Prince tattoos. And I said, I don't want his symbol necessarily on me, but I do want this quote. So yeah, but I believe in that, and I've like used that quote to, everything that I love music, and it keeps you going,
I like it. I agree. I would use emotion and fun, which I think actually correlates really well with magic, right? It's like what brings people together, what brings and it stokes these emotions of intrigue, interest, jump around, head bang, crash into people, all the stuff you do with music and have some fun with it too, right?
Whose in-ears are these?
Mine.
Yeah, clean.
I'll just agree. I'll agree with all of this. And the sharing aspect too, not only internally, you have to do it, soulfish, and sharing it with everyone else as well. It's just kind of referring to, sharing that with everyone evokes emotion, and just every, aspect of music is, it's just, soul. So you need it. You need it. On that note, YA, not you need it, you need it. You need music. So there you go.
Chris, you have
Yeah,
Chris,
I
yeah.
realize wouldn't want to do this, right? This is a lot of fun, but kind of one of the driving things of our band, and why we all got together in the first place was to kind of bring it. You heard it, you said it, right? It's a rock and roll sound, right? There's tons of great new music out there, but there's a segment that's been missing for a while, right? There's very few people that are just producing rock and roll and doing it well, right? And we hope that livens things back up and gets people interested in it again.
I agree. Well, you livened me up with the great tunes from Hot for Crime. If you haven't checked them out, this is a perfect time for the guys to tell you where they can find you at on social media, what you guys have coming up in the next couple months, and anything else you would like to plug about your band.
Yeah, the handle.
Also, we gotta do a little shout out to our agent, which is Daniel McCartney at UTA. If you can, what's that tour you wanted to get on? You said Perfect After Show?
Yeah, it's like a laugh festival.
Yeah, so hook us up.
You get it.
Brandon, we're gonna send you that music, okay?
There you go. Sounds great.
That's the handle, Paul.
We love to steal shit.
That's right. That's right. All the normal places, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Spotify.
Yeah.
Spotify.
Where we're at.
There we go. Well,
Cool.
listen, go check out Hot for Crime. If you are into, classic rock, rock and roll, the good shit, then go check out Hot for Crime. Links in the description. Go follow them on social media. Go give them a follow on Spotify. You already know I'm going to go give them a follow on Spotify. I've already subscribed to their YouTube channel, so I'm on the ground level here. So if you also want to be on the ground level, go subscribe to them as well. Again, massive shout outs to Becky, Big Picture Media. She's great. Love her. One of the best to do it. So go give her some love. And go check them out. Listen, Hot for Crime, great band. And if you enjoyed this interview, share, like, and subscribe. It goes a long way. And huge thanks to Hot for Crime for coming on tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.